All right, here we are. We're back. This is directed at, obviously, our podcast listeners, but also our Jaguars fans that watch our YouTube channel. We are here to preview Jags at Colts. And Eric, please hold me together because I am rapidly losing enthusiasm in this season. And if the Jags lose in the Colts, and I expect them to.
Wow.
Hopefully you don't.
We've made it here.
Hopefully you don't close out your tab.
It's been 4 weeks. If you look at our past 4 preview videos, man, is like positivity after Commanders, hype, not too worried, distraught.
So they lose versus the Colts. Then the game after that is what?
Giants.
At home versus the Giants. You're going in there at 2-4. Am I even going in there? Probably not. And the season is all of a sudden now about Trevor Lawrence and his development. If they beat the Colts, now it's about maintaining pace in the AFC South and playoffs still a possibility. So a lot rides on this game. A lot rode on the Texans game because it got us to this point. So I am I'm not nervous because I have no feelings right now about the team. How do you stand?
I'm not
sit?
I'm not really nervous for this game, mostly because it's the Colts. But
really, you're going to start the disrespect already?
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, come on!
I'm not worried about the Colts.
They're a much different team than
they're worse than we were when we played them.
How?
In week 2? Their 2 running backs are hurt. Matt Ryan is still Matt Ryan. They're coming off a worse game than we played. Like, they had no touchdowns as well. And Broncos, they should have won that game.
This isn't the game of the week?
Hell nah. Jameis Winston. I got an upbeat attitude about this game.
Good for you.
Despite the Colts being favored by 1.5 points.
Damn, if the Jags beat the Texans last week, the Jags would have been favored in Indy.
So Thursday night game, I'm sure a lot of you probably watched that, unfortunately. But the Broncos were up 9-6 on 3rd and 4 in the red zone at the 13-yard line with about 2 minutes remaining. They threw an interception, and the Colts went down and tied the game to go to overtime. That's how the Colts won that game, by the Broncos' fuck-ups. That's how the Texans won against us last week. With Trevor Lawrence fuck up, interception, red zone, changed the whole game. So if Trevor doesn't get this shit together and he keeps doing shit like that, then yes, I will panic until the season is over and we're like, who's our next quarterback going to be? But I'm not there yet because it's only week 6. And I feel like Doug Peterson is a good enough coach to go look at what the fuck happened against these Texans. You have all week to sit in this film room, analyze it, fix it, come out in Indy, run the damn ball.
Well, see, he hasn't done that yet.
He hasn't.
He's been criticized for not running the ball all season.
So you think he's just going to keep doing the same thing all season?
I don't think he's a runner of the football. I think he's going to continue the shotgun, RPO. I think he considers those quick passes to the receivers as an extension of the running play, so he counts those as runs. So he thinks he runs the ball enough as it is. I don't see him. And he's admitted that you pass to set up the run, you pass to score, you run to win. It feels like every time we're tied or down even if it's 3, we play as if we're down 20. I think we'll run the ball once we get up a touchdown on the team.
It's just insane to me how he stands there on the sideline, watches James Robinson and Travis Etienne do what they do on a weekly basis and says, we're just going to keep throwing the ball. And it worked a lot last week. We had 400 plus total yards. We were getting first downs. We were moving the ball. It's just we have this problem in the red zone of scoring touchdowns. Something needs to change in that part of the play calling and execution, because you can't keep getting the red zone and never convert. I'm sick of these turnovers there, sick of these field goals there. That's just going to keep going on for the rest of the season. And until it does, I'm not going to sit here and believe that it will. Something's got to change eventually. Like, they can't be content with consistent failure in the red zone. They have to look at that in the film room, and they got to change it. And they're professionals, and I think they will. And I think this is a great team to do it against. The Colts, who we've already beat 24-0. It's the same damn team. Matt Ryan is still a piece of shit, still washed as fuck. I think our defense is still good enough to make him uncomfortable as hell and probably cause some turnovers, because that's what he did when we first played him. He threw like 2-3 interceptions.
3.
And I think he can do that again, despite where they're playing at, home or away. But what I want to see differently this Sunday is more touches for James Robinson. That's what I want to see first and foremost. Secondly, when we get into the red zone, I want to see them finish a drive with more than 3 points. If I don't see that this weekend against this Colts team that we've already beat, then I'll start being a little panicky and worrying.
You'll be a little Andy.
Yeah. I'll be more like Andy is this week if I don't see something change this week. Because this is not like a game like the Eagles where we're like, fuck, undefeated, great defense. No, it's the Colts. Like, they struggled Thursday Night Football against the Broncos, who have been asked themselves. Like, Colts have not been playing well this year. I don't know how they beat the Chiefs, but it happened. But then they come out and look like that against the Broncos. No touchdowns. They scored no touchdowns against us the first time we played, so I'm not worried. I think Jags win 23-7.
Jack, what was your stat about James Robinson?
I didn't have one. I don't know what you're talking about.
Your dad asked you about James Robinson?
Oh, okay, you're right.
I thought you were fucking with me.
I mean, it's a pretty simple one. The Jags record this year when James Robinson scores a touchdown, they're 2-1. Their record when James Robinson hasn't scored a touchdown is 0-2.
So not a lot of games played, but it is a simple one. But,
Yeah.
I mean, Doug, come on. It is simple. It seems like a simple task. Run the ball. And ETN got some momentum from last week. I mean,
he looked great last week.
Great runs.
Like, he's super speedy. We need to use him more.
So
more.
I'm looking on Prize Picks, and they have Matt Ryan's more or less passing yards at 235.5. I don't remember what he had the last time we played him, but in my eyes, this is a brand new game. The last time does not matter. 235.5.
He had 195 last game against us.
235.5. He has his 2 receivers, and if they don't have their 2 running backs,
Is Taylor definitely out?
I don't know.
It's not looking good.
It's kind of
Okay.
He did not practize today.
It's not like he
Okay.
did anything against
As
us
of Wednesday.
the
And
first
Naheem
time.
Hines is probably going to be out as well.
Naheem Hines had a limited practice today.
Okay.
So they're expecting him to be back Sunday.
Okay.
But Jonathan Taylor still hasn't practiced. But on Prize Picks, I'm sure Matt Ryan interception is on there.
No, not yet.
Oh.
That's so close. 235. I feel like that's exactly what he's going to do. I'll go less than that.
Please.
And then for the Jags, Trevor Lawrence, the same thing, 235.5.
Yeah, I guess.
That's so tough. I mean, he pretty much picked him apart week 2. It's the same. It's the Gus Bradley defense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. So Trevor's apparently been struggling big time. This is what the Twitter stat guys say, and film watchers. Trevor struggles big time versus cover 2. But I think versus Gus Bradley's cover 3, or whatever Gus Bradley runs, I think that's what it is. I think Trevor eats. I can see over, especially if we don't run with James or Travis. But my score prediction, I am Debbie Downer on the Jags.
You have us losing this week.
Until they show us something. Colts 23, Jags 17.
Who's getting the 23 points if you have Matt Ryan
That'll be
dicing us up?
a
Couple field goals.
turnover from the Jags on our side of the field. It'll be an Alec Pierce touchdown, a Michael Pittman touchdown, a Dallas Clark touchdown.
Dallas Clark.
That's enough touchdowns.
Is it?
23 points. You only need 2 and then 3 field goals.
Or
Or a safety.
Or if you want 3 touchdowns and a safety.
Thank you. 2 touchdowns is all I need.
or miss field goals.
3
You can
field
do a lot
goals?
You can do a lot of things.
If you have 23 points for
Damn.
the Colts, then
Yeah,
you get
I
2
mean,
touchdowns
I
and 3
got you.
field goals.
That's a lot of field goals.
Well,
I stay by it.
Well, we're only here at 2-3 in a 17 game schedule, and we already have Andy apathetic as fuck. This is not good. I need you to win, Jags, and I need you to score 23. Not his 23 for the Colts. I need y'all to win this game. I need Andy back and alive like he was in week 3 after we beat the Chargers. And now all those things people said about, oh, y'all beat injured teams, valid because we lost to the Texans.
Do you guys want a stat? It's a bad stat, so you can say no.
Bury me.
Okay.
What do you say?
It's a bad stat
Oh, what did you say?
Bury me.
Oh,
in the bad stat.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
If you take out the Colts AFC Championship year, 2017, the Colts haven't.
Colts AFC Jags.
Sorry, the Jags AFC Championship year in 2017.
Here he
The
goes.
Jags haven't beaten the Colts in Indy since 2012. So a streak longer than the Jags.
Probably the same
Jags
for the
hosting.
Titans and the Texans.
Yeah,
That's bad. I don't like that.
since 2012.
Blaine Gabbert.
It's 10 years.
Blaine Gabbert had 155 yards in the air, and Maurice
That's
Drew
it.
had 177 yards on the ground.
Ooh.
Well, last year
Cooking.
in Indy, we had a chance. I don't remember how far we got, but we were right there once again in the red zone. It was 23-17. Could have scored, extra point, win it, but we didn't convert the 4th and goal, I believe. I don't know if it was a turnover or it was just incomplete, but we didn't get it.
Sounds about right.
So
Is this the game that we see Trevor Lawrence become him? Put the team on his back. He had the opportunity. We've been asking for the opportunity.
Well,
We'd like to blow every team out, but he did have the opportunity versus the Texans through that awful play on 4th down. But I knew nothing was going to come of that drive because nothing had been coming of any drive that they had that day. Well, in terms of touchdowns.
if we're in a close game losing and Trevor drives on the field and gets us a dub, I'll be much happier with that sort of win than I would if we just blow the Colts out again.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, because he'll have shown me something I haven't seen from him.
Damn, that's deep.
If we go out here and blow the Colts out, then because
I still don't see that from Trevor.
I'm already on the we're gonna win train. So seeing them blow out the Colts isn't going to be impressive to me when we already did it.
What if you blow up the Colts and he looks good, just like week 2?
See,
Because both things happen. He looked good in week 2.
We've
There was
seen
also
that
blowout.
before. We need to see that he has that killer in him.
Yeah. This
Okay.
is supposed to be. This is our number 1 overall pick. We want to believe that this is who's going to lead us out of poverty.
Now, I see that you're a little confused, and I'll explain it. This is probably the
Okay.
best way to explain it.
All right.
If you asked me, if you gave me the option, would you in the 4th quarter, would you rather the Jags be up 30-3 and have an easy rest of the 4th quarter, or the Jags be up the Jags be down like 20-23 and I have a chance to watch Trevor do it, like do that drive? No. Give me if I had to pick right now, give me the blowout because I don't want to risk it.
Yes.
But if you promise me now that Trevor does that and that's how we win, then I'm picking that over the blowout.
Because we've said before on an episode that feeling of doing that feels much better than blowing out a team.
So how you guys felt after the Chargers game?
If that was a
guys
game-winning
were-
drive instead, we would have been.
Even
I
like
would've been-
double excited?
Yeah.
That was
You would
the
have been
first-
dead probably.
No, I needed that to be a comfortable win.
Okay.
But if he did it, that'd be great. That we'd check off every box. But that was so abnormal for us to do in LA that I didn't care how we won.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we needed a win. Now I'm at the point where if you promise me the win, then I'm going to take the game-winning drive because I need to see that.
Okay.
Right. So for this game this week, I don't care how he wins, but I'm expecting to beat the Colts.
Okay.
However, if it comes down to it and he can get us a game-winning drive and leave the Colts with less than a minute,
No, it's
I don't
nothing.
trust him. I don't trust the Colts to go down the field.
Leave him with 12 seconds.
Whatever he leaves him with, if he goes on the field under 4 minutes, because apparently there's 4-minute drives now, if he goes on the field, leads a drive at all with us losing, then I'm satisfied. Then it's up to the defense, and then he didn't lose us the game.
Okay.
Everything's been on Trevor lately. Defense has been electric. He's been on Trevor.
Aside from the 17 missed tackles versus Damian Pierce.
Except for that. But, like, they did their job all game. Get on the fucking board. 6 points. They held the Texans to 6 points. They fucked up on that one rush with Damian Pierce, but offense fucked up all game by not scoring anything. So,
oh yeah, for sure. The defense would have thrived, I think, versus Houston if the Jags were putting up points and Texans couldn't just hand it off to Pierce every play.
I would have loved for the defense to be able to carry us to victory. Maybe like get a fumble recovery and for a touchdown or something like that, because that's what we needed against the Texans, because the offense was just awful. Well, in the red zone, because they did move the ball. But do it again against the Colts and blow them the fuck out so we can move on to another team and keep analyzing what we have at quarterback. But, Jack, who do you have winning? Colts favored by 1.5.
I
haven't won there since 2012.
Yeah, for that set alone, I'm going to take the Colts, but I really want to pick the Jags. I'm going with the Colts, though.
All right.
Sorry.
Hey, I'm with you there.
This is where I extend my lead.
1.5, you said? Colts minus 1.5.
Yep.
Yeah.